Hey everybody, and welcome to Robin's house. Today I'm going to talk to you about this cute little no matter stamp set. This one is actually not in the idea book anymore. It is in the online only section, and I didn't even purchase this until it was actually retired. But I just thought that these little guys were so stinking cute. So these are 4 cards that I made using this stamp set, and if you purchase this stamp set from me, I will mail you this card kit that you can put together yourself at home using your no matter stamp set for $5. It's just enough to cover the shipping to you. So, but today's technique is going to be about die cuts, thin cuts. Because I've not made any or very many cards like this. So this is like a 2-layer card where you would have the card base and then another layer popped up on top of that I did using the thin cuts. So I used the thin cuts, the new thin cuts called Fancy Borders. And so it has 5 different, this one's very fancy, this one's not very fancy at all, but this is the one I used, so I want to show you how I did this. So you take your Big Shot, or whatever die cut machine you have, and you take your, so this is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 regular sized paper. So I took a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 paper, and I know, so this has a stitch on one side and a line on the other. It's going to cut the line, but I want to keep that stitch. So for my bottom portion, I want to have a little bit larger portion on the bottom. So I'm going to put that in there. And run that through. But then when I do the top portion, so I'm going to want the line on the top, and then I want the dashed line to be at the top and the straight line to be at the bottom. And let's see how I want I'm going to make my card on this side go this way. So because this is 4 1/4, I don't have to waste a bunch of paper because I can just go a few inches or a little skosh up and cut it again. So now when I lay out my 2 pieces, you can see that I have the top and the bottom that will go on my card. Now I cheated a little bit in that I started the card. I can probably bring this down a little bit now. I started the card already so that you wouldn't have to watch me color everything. But now that I've actually cut my pieces, I'm going to lay those out and make sure that I don't need to stamp anything to fill in some spaces. And I could if I wanted to, but I think this ended up just fine. So I'm just laying it out. And now I need to make my card look like this one. So the next part is going to be to stamp that message on the bottom part. I just used black ink. And I went ahead and you can see I put my message, there's a message up here and then a little thing of flour and a little thing of flour, and I just put all 3 of those on the block So if you were doing multiples of this, for example, you could just do all of your cards at once with all 3 stamps at one time. And then there's our stamping. So I do need to color my little flowers. I think I will have a purple one over here. A yellow one over here. There we go. And then I can add my little hedgehog. I already colored him. And it was kind of fun to color him. You probably can't even tell, he's so little, but he's so cute. I colored all of him using the lightest color of his body. And then just in the same way his little quills would go, I just flicked on a darker brown and then an even darker brown. So he looks like it's all mixed up browns, just like a little hedgehog does. And now it's actually time. We've got all our things set up. So now we need to put on those foam squares so that we can raise that up and get it off of the card base. Because it looks really nice when it looks like there's that spacing between the papers. Then all you got to do, of course, is take the backing off. And then just very carefully line up the bottom of your card with the bottom of that paper. See how cute that is already? And you do the exact same thing at the top. Okay. Now I get to add my favorite part, which is the diamonds. So I put a sparkle in the middle of each of those flowers. So generally I would think of gnomes as being not exactly dirty, but earthy. I would think of them as being earthy. So my card is very unearthy. It's meant to be cheerful and happy. So I wanted to put some sparkles on here. And then you can see I made not really a mistake, but a boo-boo. So when I put my little gnome guy down, I'm probably gonna try to cover up that. And then I also have my little hedgehog guy. I just think he is so cute. Dancing in the flowers. And then for him, you just kind of look at and see where he is. So I just need to put some glue on the tippy top of his hat and then put some glue below his belt. You could pop him with little foam squares if you wanted to. But I figured I had enough layers going on that I could just put him down like that. And then we have our new little flowers. So much fun. So I'm just gonna add add some pretty flowers to the corner. There we are, this cute little 3D card with lots of layering, and it's lots of fun. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you try it out sometime and have a crafty day.